Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, but bitch, we got
And when you did the Throne album at the end of 2018, apparently I guess you had met Strug somewhere through there because he was on Old Train. He was on the Throne album.
So I was in.
Broadnex as well, yeah.
So I was in. Is Church on the Throne?
Is he on the Country?
He's on the Throne.
Yeah, he's on the song.
Okay,
Country
so
with
there we
D-Man.
go. So okay, I was like, how did? So
Yeah.
we're in Nashville because I'm recording with Church. I'm
Gotcha.
recording that track with Church, and Demon had just left, so it's just me and Church. So I think I stayed at his house for like a couple days. So we're in where Stoner used to record, which is not. I think he's in in Franklin or something like that. That's not where he recorded. This was like
older
this was like back in a I don't even know what the fuck you'd call it, like a construction. There was like construction in the back. I believe there was like a train thing, and there was like it was like this nook back here in like this industrial park kind of thing. And I'm recording with Church, whatever, we record the country song, and somehow I don't remember how me and Struggle might, but I think it was maybe just through DMs on Instagram, you know what I mean? And I just remember, this is what I do remember, and Struggle might not remember this, is when he came to write his verse, he showed up and he was, hey, Bubba, he's always happy and smiling and everything, and he disappeared, and I was like, what the fuck? He went out to his SUV to write his verse. He didn't want to, he wrote his verse out there. So he could vibe out to it and like hear it louder and everything like that. Because I am getting like some little bit of writer's block because I was I'm the new guy. Yeah. Church is in here, Stoner's in here. I'm not used to recording with Stoner. Now Struggle's in here. All these guys, and I'm the new guy. But
you're on album too.
Yeah, but I'm the new guy. But I'm also like I'm like smoking right now. You know what I'm saying? So I go out to my truck, and when I go out to my truck, Struggle's out there with Taboo, and anyways, he comes back in. Struggle goes in the fucking booth, lays his verse down, one take, comes out, and I was just like, the fuck? You're not doing no like stacks, no in and outs, no nothing?
He just did one track vocal,
Boom, done. And I go like this. I was like, let me hear it real quick. They play it. I was like, do it one more time. He goes, one more time? I was like, yeah. He goes, all right, do it one more time. And he walked in there, and he laid it again. And it was probably the exact same, literally the exact same. And he came out. I was like, play it again? I was like, cool, yeah, that's awesome. He's like, you good, Bubba? And then I talked to Struggle ever since,
That's good. And, of course, we'll get into the collab albums, too, because you've got a good amount of them, too.
Yeah.
Less than 3 months later, you and Strug dropped y'all's first collab project. Y'all dropped Legend.
Which is which did about the same. It did a little bit better than Billy Goat, and that album has some of my favorite verses I've ever wrote on that album.
Yeah.
But that album, I love that album.
Yeah, it's great, man.
But that album didn't do. It did a little bit better than Billy Goat.
Yeah, so that was.
I'm being real right now. I'm telling you guys the real numbers, the real
dope.
So Struggle came up here.
I think it's when he told me it was during the pandemic. He came to Chicago.
Right? Taboo was here.
Yeah.
Bree was here for a little bit with Bernie. I mean, we were cooking steaks. We were working out. We're recording. I mean, Now, when you talk about like these guys and my relationship, these aren't just guys I met on the internet and like, cool, all right, see ya. Like, we've spent time with each other's families. We know each other's kids.
Yeah.
They've been to my house. I've been to their house. Like, you're talking about time, real time. Like, not just like, oh yeah, dog. I'm like, you're talking like a bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It was less than 3 months after that's when you and Strug dropped Outlaw Shit.
Now that shit went. That shit performed well. That shit did really good, and I finally got back on my. I was pissed. I was so pissed because I was mad about Billy Goat, and then I was mad about Pressure. And when Outlaw Shit came, I was still mentally fucked up, but I was so pissed off that I had put out because I had put out bangers.
Yeah.
And then I put out 2 projects that did not perform to my expectations. To anyone else that dropped those albums, those would be, by their standards,
But in here,
success.
Yeah, in here it was like.
In here, even and when I looked at the screen, these numbers aren't adding up.
Yeah.
But to any other artist that dropped that album, the numbers it did to them, it would have been, you know what I'm saying?
But it's just like where you're used to performing at a certain.
It's got to be
Yeah.
the best, or I lost.
It goes back to the competitive.
Yeah.
Being the best. So like, on Outlaw shit.
I was pissed.
So on Outlaw shit, y'all had the Climbing Mountains joint with Caitlin.
So that started off slow.
Yeah.
And then it for like the first like 8 months, it's slow, and then.
Was that after God We Need You Now or before?
After.
Okay. So it
Well,
I can't remember because I think
no, I think that was after.
Okay, but then Dropping Bodies.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
So I was so pissed.
That's some of your best verses.
All my verses I was writing, I was like, "Fuck this motherfucker."
I could tell you were pissed off.
Yeah.
I remember I was listening to that on the ride home when it first dropped on the interstate, and I just remember listening to it, and I was like, on all the songs I was going through, I was like, Adam's pissed on this album.
Yeah.
Like
even on the Hallelujah joint, I'm like, "How you doing? What's up, partner? This shit right here, go fuck. I'm up, motherfucker." Like just fucking.
Yeah.
I was like, motherfucker. I just wanted to be the dopest rapper, you know, and I'm not. But I like I said, if you think like that, you know, that's a good way to think.
Yeah, for sure.